Music Access. When someone suffers from an inferiority complex, we often say in Korea that he or she is suffering Salieri syndrome, which is kind of, named about the composer, Antonio Salieri. He is the main character in the movie Amadeus, and the film depicts him as a very famous court composer of his day, but continuously jealous of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's musical genius and ends up in an insane asylum. To everyone else, Salieri was the famous and great musician, but what do you think made him so discouraged and miserable? It wasn't the fact that Mozart was a genius, it was more because he recognized Mozart's talent when no one else did, and he acted in a cowardly way towards him. There's something we say often, I can't do something because of someone. Instead, we should say, I want to say I can't do something because of someone, but it's actually because of myself. In order for us to break away from this Salieri syndrome, we need to look back at ourselves if there's a problem, and forgive ourselves if there's a mistake, trust ourselves, take care of ourselves, and most of all, love ourselves. We just heard the song Counting Stars by One Republic, which is the first song y'all heard today, Sunday, December 27th, 2015. So guys, so it is the end of Christmas weekend, which means coming up we've got about, 28, 29, 30, 31, 4 days left until the new year. Oh my gosh, that's like a whole year has passed, and it's a whole year that I was an idol. It wasn't like I was an idol, then it was a new year, and now I'm an idol. It's been exactly over, a year and 5 months since I've debuted, which is a long time. I've been an idol for a while, and yet it still feels I can still remember the day that we debuted. You know what that means, right? I have a good memory. Meanwhile, while my memory sustains itself, our Sunday Corner Scribble is a corner for you to think freely and just doodle out your thoughts. It's a chance to be honest to yourself and just write to me about anything and anything without any pressure whatsoever. Go ahead and share with us on our message board by writing a message, keeping your title as Scribble. And besides that, here's how you can listen and participate on the radio. If you have a smartphone, you can download the Arirang Radio app or TuneIn Radio app to listen to our programs and send in your message in real time. And if you use a computer, just visit www.arirangradio.com/music access to listen to us or leave your messages. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeon. And some requests. If you have a song that you want to play on the radio, go ahead and send a message up on our message board, remembering to leave your title as request. Yes, that's right. We recognize different messages based on different titles. Now we're going to check out two songs before we dive into Scribble, starting with Me and the Rhythm by Selena Gomez, followed with Fine By Me by Chris Brown. I wanna be with you, and if you feel the same, shall we meet here? Will you tell me your story? If you're shy, you can playfully scribble, and if you don't know where to start, you can start with a doodle and scribble. Good job, that's how we'll begin our story.
Oh, I wanna be with you.
Our Sunday Corner Scribble is just that. This corner's for you to think freely and just doodle out your thoughts. It's a chance to be honest to yourself and think about what was hard, what was embarrassing, what was a proud moment, etc. from the past week. Go ahead and share with us by writing Scribble on your title. Now, a lot of our Japanese fans sent me a lot of messages, so we're going to read them today, one at a time. Starting with Oksama from Japan saying, "Your Taola CD came to my house finally. I'm super happy. Thank you so much." Oh yeah. Benji, are you stopping by your fan cafe often? I'm looking forward to you coming to Japan on January 26th. Is it 26th? I thought it was the 16th. I will go double check that, but yes, I'm glad that the CD got to your house. The jacket this time around, I'm actually, sort of, whatever with how it came out. I feel like it could have come out a little bit better. The music video, I'm pretty, okay with how it came out. But I feel like the photo jacket, I was a little bit, a little under the weather, just a little bit. And hopefully, I think I didn't show up that well in the pictures. But we are going to Japan next month around, I think, the 16th or the 20th. I guess not the 26th. I thought it was the 16th. So we're super, super excited for that. And in terms of stopping by our fan cafe, I should stop by more. I'm sorry to our beginning. I should be stopping by more. It's true. I just get caught up with doing stuff and then I lose track of time. But I will stop by as much as possible. So don't worry. I am always doing my best to get there. And I will see you soon. We're going to check out two songs. Danielle of Australia's requested Hotline Bling by Drake, and Callie of France's requested song Sweet Dreams by Beyonce, and be right back. We just heard the songs Hotline Bling by Drake followed by Sweet Dreams by Beyonce, and you are listening to Music Access. The memorable events that happened to you this week or during this year. Don't just go over them in your head, but try writing down your feelings by jotting down your thoughts comfortably in a message, just like you're doodling, but with words. We're sharing your thoughts here on Sunday via Scribble, and of course we got a lot of Japanese fans writing about our visit to Japan next month. Mika of Japan saying, Benji, I heard you're going to be coming to Tokyo in January. I can't go to Tokyo because it's too far. I'm so sad. You'll be here in Japan, but I won't be able to see you. I want to see B.I.G. I want to see B.I.G. I haven't seen B.I.G. in a long time. Okay, that was a really bad joke, sorry. But, I think it's fine. You'll see pictures get posted and all that stuff. If you want to see B.I.G. live and in person, hopefully we will be able to accommodate you sometime next year. I think just this time around we're just going to have those events, but hopefully the next time, I'm sure you will be able to catch B.I.G. somewhere at some point live, and it will be super, super awesome. I promise you we're much better live than we are in video, although I think that goes for a lot of singers, because just having a live audience in front of you versus having to sing, and dance in front of a camera are two very, very different things. So if I do have a recommendation, Mika, unfortunately, we may not be able to see each other this time around, but hopefully next time we will be able to catch each other and we'll have a super awesome fun time. Because why not? We always do here on Music Access, so seeing each other in person will definitely bring out the sparks, in my humble opinion. Now we're going to check out two more songs as we continue on. Radioactive by Imagine Dragons, followed with Cool Kids by Echo Smith. We just heard the songs Radioactive by Imagine Dragons, followed by Cool Kids by Echo Smith. When I first heard Radioactive, I never expected that huge, heavy drop. I'm listening to this, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, and I always kind of passed over the song. And then all of a sudden I was like lazing off in the car. And of course, if you laze off, you just kind of listen through the songs that you have on your music player. And then all of a sudden, and I was like, whoa, this song is heavy. And then I was like, man, it really kind of gives off this radioactive feeling though, doesn't it? Doesn't it give you this kind of like weird tingly buzz? If not, maybe that's just me. It's possible. I do get those once in a while. Our next message and our final message for this series comes from Naomi from Japan saying, you love delicious food, right? What do you want to eat first when you come to Japan? I wish I could join you when you go out to eat. Come to Japan, hurry. I'm waiting for you. That was really normally read. What do I want to eat first when I come or go to Japan? Let's see. I think there's a lot of food. Recently, about a couple of weeks ago, I was a little bit under the weather, and I was watching a bunch of food videos. So I started off by watching videos just about, chefs on their day off. Then I started watching videos on, American home cooking, French cooking, Korean cooking. Then I got into videos about chicken and all that stuff. Then a little video caught my eye in the sidebar. And what was that video? It was a video about Kobe beef. That's right. If you look at beef, there's a lot of different cuts of beef. You've got ribeye, you've got all this stuff. But there was this cut of beef that I just really, really wanted to eat after watching it, which was this Kobe beef, which just looked amazing. The marbling was amazing. And as you can tell, I'm drooling a little bit. Besides that, of course, though, the normal food that I'll probably eat, because I probably am not going to go to Kobe and eat Kobe beef this time around. I would probably say the ramen, just getting good ramen, getting good chashu. And besides that, I don't know. If I go to Japan, I always have a really, really good time because I match pretty well with the food in general. So yeah, just any kind of food when I go there, man. Really, it's not really about the food though. It's about the experience. Just going back, looking at the menu, reading like absolutely almost nothing, and then just be like, all that stuff. So anywho, hopefully I will be able to eat a lot of delicious stuff when I go there, and I'll be glad to see you when I do get there. Now we are going to check out 2 more songs, starting with the song Unita of Indonesia wants to hear Nun Ko Ipai Teang, and Darcy of the USA wants to hear Beautiful Stranger by FX. We just heard the song Nun Ko Ipai Teang, followed by Beautiful Stranger by FX, and it's time for our next message. Joanna from the USA saying, "Hello DJ Benji and MA fam. Thanks for always playing such great songs, and I love your playlist, especially during the weekend. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Much love from Joanna." I think it's really, really great, our weekend playlists. We do play a lot more music than we do on our weekdays, but we do play a lot of the popular songs, both, those current popular songs and songs that, were popular from a long time ago. So if you love music and you love our program, check out the weekend programs. It's all about you guys, your messages, and checking out great music. Now we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on. Kirinhe of Thailand wants to hear 두 번째 고백 by B2B. And Mika of Japan wants to hear 나는 달라 by Hai Suhyun featuring Bobby. Now right after a short break, we'll continue on with Scribble in the second hour, introducing your messages and thoughts. We'll come back after checking out Everglow by Coldplay. You're listening to Music Access with me, Benji of B.I.G, and our first song starting off the second hour of our show for Sunday, December 27th was I'm Not the Only One by Sam Smith. Now here's how you can listen and participate. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone and send us messages through the app using the comment function, or listen to us by visiting our website www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess and leave your messages there on our message board. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. Now we're going to check out 2 songs before we move on, starting with Me and My Broken Heart by Rixton, followed with Do What You Want by Lady Gaga featuring Christina Aguilera. We just heard the songs Me and My Broken Heart by Rixton, followed by Do What You Want by Lady Gaga featuring Christina Aguilera. And we're continuing on with our Sunday corner Scribble, which is just like using Music Access as a big notepad. Just as you jot down your ideas, thoughts, and what's been on your mind without thinking much on a notepad, send them in to us here in the same way so we can all share. Just write Scribble on your title, and we'll read your messages right now. Our first message for our second hour comes from Songi from Vietnam saying, I heard it gets really cold in Korea during winter. I bet it would be really nice if B.I.G members gave out free hugs on cold days. Have you ever given out free hugs to your fans? If I heard about free hugs by the B.I.G members, I might have to fly to Korea from Vietnam. But you have to let us know beforehand though. Promise? So, if I end up getting a chance to go somewhere, assuming, this is, applies anywhere, of course I will definitely stop by and give y'all something. But until I do get there, I really don't think that giving out free hugs is the best thing to do at this point because, I'm not that very much of a huggy person. I'm very, I'll give you a fist bump, I'll give you a slap, I'll give you a high, not a slap like on the face, of course, but like a slap, a high five. But hugging, I don't know. I've seen people do that before, but would people, actually, that might be a good thing to do on like a really, really bored day. Just like, put a hat on, put some, BB on, write a sign, free hugs, and just stand in the middle of a busy street and see how many people actually hug me. That might be something interesting to do. But until that point, of course, we're just checking stuff out. So, if you really want free hugs, come to Korea or come to a B.I.G fan meeting. Or B.I.G might go to Vietnam at some point, and we'll see if we can get that hug started. That did not make sense. We'll see if we can get some free hugs for you. Why not? And now we're going to check out 2 songs as we continue on, starting with Neko Haja by Infinite, followed with the song Natasha of Australia Wants to Hear, I Do by Secret. We just heard the songs Neko Haja by Infinite, followed by I Do by Secret. Our next message comes from Darlene Baldissimo from the Philippines saying, Hey Benji, so this past Christmas, or rather, ahead of Christmas, we had a Christmas party at school, and we had a very happy Christmas. Hopefully y'all had fun during Christmas as well, and hopefully you have a great time, and congrats MA for another year. Fighting, mahal ko kayo. That's pretty awesome. MA's been around for another year, and of course, I think school Christmas parties are super fun. Thinking back to my old school years and all that stuff, I think one of the most fun times that I ever had was during the Christmas events where you just kind of bake cookies. It was the day when you would do absolutely nothing at school but play, which is in itself just an awesome experience, guys. If you haven't had a Christmas party at your school, I do recommend throwing one. All you really need to do is say, hey guys, so each person brings a certain thing. I'm sure they'll let you use a microwave, whether it's, in the teacher's lounge, whether you bring your own microwave or something like that. Just plug it in, get some spiced apple cider, get some cookies. If you want cake, get cake. But remember, Christmas is a lot more about the cookies than the cake, although they do have Christmas cakes as well in certain countries. I'm not, against that. And make sure you have Christmas games planned out. I think a lot of that is also Secret Santa. Secret Santa is super fun because you never really know who it is. And a lot of people also use Secret Santa as an opportunity to confess to someone. So if you are on the same page as I am and you're thinking, oh, that sounds like a really lovely idea, then maybe it might be time to work things out. Get that Christmas spirit in gear and see if you can get something started for a good time. It's a recommendation, but a very good one at that. So, I'm glad you had fun, Darlene. And of course, high five. Now we're going to continue on with 2 more songs as we continue on with our program. Ratana of Cambodia Wants to Hear 확신을 줘 by Phantom. And we'll follow it with Hot Pink by EXID. We just heard the song 확신을 줘 by Phantom, followed by Hot Pink by EXID. And it's time for our next message for our Sunday show, which comes from Unita Swino of Indonesia, giving me a philosophical question. Hey Benji, so it's better to pretend being good sometimes so that you will eventually believe that you're good. Do you agree with this quote? Well, let's see. When it comes to these kinds of situations, I believe believing in yourself is very important. And, in a lot of situations, if you think you're happy, you can actually make yourself happy. And in the opposite way, if you believe that you're unhappy and try to keep yourself in a negative attitude, you can do the same thing as well. One thing that I would definitely recommend is just make sure that when it comes to these emotions, you do what you want to do. I understand feeling negative is something that's very addicting because you feel negative and people feel sorry for you. So, you like the attention and you feel a little bit more negative. I've done it. Maybe it's a little petty of me, but I've done it before. But pretending to be good so you'll eventually believe that you're good. That's an interesting thing. If you're a quote-unquote bad character, for example, if you're the Joker, and you inherently think that you're good, and so you act good while believing you're good, will that make you think that you're good? No, I don't think that's technically correct because, you yourself know what kind of person you are. And no matter how you act, you can try to change your habits. But then, until you really believe yourself that this is the new you and you are accepting of that, it'll all still be an effort. And if I believe that a natural impression is something that occurs without any effort whatsoever. A natural impression is something that occurs because I'm not even thinking about it. That's why it's natural. If it was something that was forced or something that required a lot of effort, that would be something totally different entirely. So, quote-wise, I think it makes sense if you're trying to make the world a better place, but realistically speaking, does that make sense? On that section, I've got to give a little bit of I'm not quite sure. I feel like if you're really going to talk about this kind of stuff, then it's much more about the kind of, what kind of person do you want to be, and in what way do you want to be perceived? Because perception is a lot about how people take us. It's exactly how, people picture us in the 21st century. So how do you want to be perceived? That's a question that I'm going to throw back at you guys. And if you know how you want to be perceived, then great. And if you don't know, then maybe that's something to think about. You toss me a philosophical question, I toss one back. But, that's just my personal opinion. If you really want to know and you really want to be this kind of person, then try to make a habit of it. And eventually, I think you can if you make enough habits of it. But, eventually you have to do that without thinking. And that takes time. So, mixed opinions, mixed answers. I don't know if you guys understood my answer, but I did the best I could with what I got. Alright, we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on with our Sunday show. The song that Jenga of the USA wants to hear, 사랑이 맞을 거야 by 윤미래, followed with 소녀 Girl by 오혁. We just heard the song 사랑이 맞을 거야 by 윤미래, followed by 소녀 by 오혁. I always feel like Lady T always releases a song around Christmas, around the winter time, and it just kills on the charts. Of course, she's got that amazing voice. Of course, she also has the amazing ability of both singing awesome and rapping awesome. If you haven't heard her rap before, check out her stuff from a while back. And also check her recent stuff out with MFBTY, which stands for My Fans Are Better Than Yours. But that's a group that she's in with, of course, Tiger JK, her husband, and their, I guess, friend, their fellow rapper as well, Busy, who is also an awesome dude. So check their music out if you want to. And I will check out our next message, which comes from myself from the Philippines, saying, "Hello, Benji. Sorry I wasn't able to tune in because we were preparing for a party for Employees Night, and I had so much fun. There was a drag queen pageant, and it was so hilarious. My stomach hurts from laughing out loud. The contestants were so flirty and pretty. Have you ever been to a drag queen pageant before?" No, actually. I haven't really had the opportunity to go to one. Although, granted, I didn't really go to anything growing up, and I didn't really go to anything now, considering that, I don't really have a means of transportation, and also I don't really have that much time. But that sounds something that would be very, very interesting to go see. You have guys in K-pop as well dressing up like girls and all that stuff. And, to each his own, I suppose. If you want to do that, you go do that. But I'm not a pretty boy, I feel like if I tried to dress up as a girl, that would be very, very, very weird. And I don't think a lot of people would really, really be into that. Of course, that is my personal opinion. But instead of trying to get a drag, what about if you did the opposite? So, of course, you have guys dressing up as girls, but what if you had girls dressing up as guys? Who do you think would make a good guy? I think some very ambiguous characters do exist that are very easily portrayed. For example, Jack Sparrow could be played by a lot of girls, and it would still be pretty believable with the fake mustache and all that stuff. But then for guys to be a girl, what is a girl character that would be believable as a guy? Mulan, maybe? I don't know. Don't hate me on me in this. This is a random topic that, someone brought up as a message. Not Mulan, then maybe I would say, I bet you could find a really good guy to be Elsa. It would be really, really trippy. But I bet you could find a guy to play a really, really good Elsa. You know, that's just my personal opinion. So if you guys have any recommendations on who would be a really, really good character for that kind of stuff, go ahead and let me know on our message board. Or you don't really have to. This is a very, very random topic and a very, very random message. But if you have any kind of stuff like that, go ahead and let me know on our message board. And now we're going to check out 2 songs as we continue on. Starting with Dark Horse by Katy Perry featuring Juicy J, followed with When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars. We just heard the songs Dark Horse by Katy Perry featuring Juicy J, followed with When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars. If you haven't heard this song live, definitely go check it out. He aces it live even better than recording, which I don't know how that works. But of course, if it's going to be the guy to do it, it's going to be Bruno Mars. Hopefully, if you wanted to participate in our corner this Sunday but couldn't remember, you can write in on our message, remembering to leave your title as Scribble Scribble. And it is time about to wrap up our show. Hopefully, y'all continue to have a beautiful close to our Christmas weekend. And, of course, to wrap up our Christmas weekend, I'm going to play the perfect Christmas song. Or not. It's just a song that I like. We're going to play Holy Grail by Jay-Z featuring Justin Timberlake. This was Benji of B.I.G. And as always, I'll be back.